Hi everybody, welcome back to Soundwell Guitar. Today I'm going to be teaching a new chord progression, a new type of rhythm known as a shuffle or swing rhythm, and we'll be doing something that's called a 12-bar blues. Okay, so let's get started with the first part of this three-part lesson. We're going to do the new chord progression. We're jumping to what is known as the key of E major, very common key for the guitar, and the three chords that you see most commonly in the key of E major is E major itself, the A major chord, and then B7. This probably sounds a little bit familiar to you because we did a progression before that was E minor, and then we went A minor and then a B7. The B7 chord will be the same, but the E minor and the E major, the E minor will be slightly different from the E major, and the A minor slightly different from the A major, but very, very similar in a way. Okay, so let's begin. Our first chord, E major, is a lot like the E minor chord, the way we fret that. If you look at the close-up, when I put my second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then my third finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So there's your E minor chord. Now let's just add the first finger to the 3rd string, 1st fret. What happens is the chord goes from sounding like this. I'll add my first finger now. Now I've got that. So we've talked about the differences between the major and the minor chords. Now you can really hear it. That one note changes this from a funeral to more like a wedding or a birthday party. There you have it. First chord, E major. Okay, our next chord that we're going to do is the second one in the progression. Is a lot like the A minor that we did previously. We've got our second finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, third finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then our first finger, 2nd string, 1st fret. That shape looks a lot like the E major, doesn't it? But when we move it here, that's an A minor. Now to make this one major, we're going to get rid of that note and we're going to squeeze our 4th finger underneath. You see that? 2nd finger, 4th string, 3rd finger, 3rd string, 4th finger, 2nd string, all squeezed behind the 2nd fret, and we now have this. Okay. The next chord in our progression, B7. We've done this one before. It's the same thing. 2nd finger, 5th string, 2nd fret. 1st finger, 4th string, 1st fret. 3rd finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then we skip over the 2nd string. We leave that open, moving our 4th finger onto the 2nd fret, 1st string. Okay, we'll put them together. There it is, E major progression. E major, A major, B7, and back to E again, creating that resolute sound. So now we're going to do a rhythm that's known as swing time, or a shuffle feel. Some people might call it a blues feel or a soulful feel. There's a lot of different names for this. And it's not just in the genre of music known as blues. You can hear it in gospel music. I hear it a lot in rock music. It just has this more soulful sound to it. Now, we'll do this using a rhythm that we used in a previous lesson that involved an 8th note count in 4/4 timing. If you remember, we went down on the beat, up on the offbeat, and then down on the beat again. We did this for all 4. And what we had is this nice, steady, even rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 But what we're going to do differently for the swing feel is we're just going to give it more of that blues kind of gospel soulful sound. Hear the difference? Here's the straight eighth sound. And here's the swing time. What I want to do is give you a visual on paper that might help you understand a little bit better how this rhythm works. Okay, what I've written here is just the rhythm that looks like the one in the previous lesson with the straight eighth count. And it is, it's the exact same thing. Now, how would I know if this is supposed to be done in swing time then and not in the straight eighth sound? By this. Just simply writing above that rhythm swing or swing time, shuffle feel, or if it said like blues, then you know that you would have to apply this different type of rhythm. Otherwise, visually, it's the same thing. So I'm going to write down a visual that might help you understand the rhythm a little bit better, but you're not going to typically see this in your music. It's always going to look like the way I wrote it here. But here's the visual I want you to have. It's about where the pick strokes come in relation to the beats or the downstroke, or say where the upstrokes come in relation to the downstrokes. When we have our downstroke and our upstrokes all evenly spaced, that kind of looks more like an eighth note straight kind of count. But the swing feel involves putting that downstroke, or I'm sorry, the upstroke, closer to the beat that's right after it. You see that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, as opposed to your 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Pardon me, I forgot the end. So I hope that visual helps you understand a little bit better about what's happening with the rhythm when we do the swing time or the shuffle feel. Let's apply that rhythm, if you've got it down, to our E major progression. But what we're also going to do something that's called a 12-bar blues. The 12-bar blues is literally what it says. It's a song that has 12 bars to it, or 12 measures. When we do it, it's going to sound like this. Notice I'm doing the swing feel. What I just played there was our E major progression, the E, A, and the B7, and I did it in 12 measures, hence the name 12-bar blues. It had that bluesy sound to it as well, so the name is pretty self-explanatory. What I wound up doing was 4 measures of E, then 2 measures of A, then back to 2 measures of E, and then I did 1 measure of B7, then 1 measure on A, then 1 measure on the E, and then the last measure was a B7. That's the 12-bar blues, and this one was in the key of E. You can do them in any key that you want, but today we're doing E, because the 12-bar blues in the key of E is very, very common when it comes to that genre. In fact, a lot of guitar music in general. Let's write that down. So now you can see what a chart would look like when it's a 12-bar blues. In this case, we're using the progression we learned earlier, the E major progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 measures, making that a 12-bar blues in the key of E. We start with the chord E. That establishes our tone center. We stay on that chord for 4 measures. No need to write it above the following measures because we haven't switched chords yet. Once the chord changes, it's indicated right there. We go to the A chord. 2 measures of that, back to the E for 2 measures. B7, A, E, and then landing on the B7. And you can repeat this in a loop as well. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. It's been a lot of fun making these videos. I'm starting to get some feedback and hearing that people have been watching them and actually learning from them. That really makes me happy. I love teaching. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm glad to be bringing this to the internet and getting other people out there that want to learn to play guitar. The videos are going to keep being made. For those of you out there that are more experienced at guitar, I know these videos might be like watching grass grow for you because it's really the basic stuff. But stick around, we're going to be getting into more advanced stuff as we continue to build off of what we already have. We'll see you next time.